Hello, Hunter Streeters. Can you believe it has been nearly 20 years since you all saw me walk a stage and you launched me into my collegiate and professional careers? It is so good to get to share with you guys a little bit about where I am today. Thank you all for the investments you made in me to help me get to this point, and also, once again, invite you all to come along with me in ministry. I currently live in Gallatin, Tennessee, just north of Nashville. I'm married to Brian. We have 3 beautiful blessings: Jackson, who is 6, Mackenzie, who is 4, and Cooper, who is almost 6 months old. I recently accepted a position as the Assistant Director of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes of Greater Nashville. As I prepared to accept this role, I spent time in prayer, I spent time in the Word, and I spent time sharing my story with mentors and peers about why the ministry of FCA is so important to me. As I shared, I kept coming back to the beginning of my story, and that really is why FCA is so important to me. So growing up, we would go to church for special occasions. Easter, Christmas, we would go to vacation Bible school with my grandmother. But in 5th grade, I became aware that I had friends who were going to church more regularly, one of which was Sarah Hardikoff, and the other was Erica Moat. So towards the end of 5th grade, the beginning of 6th grade, the Moats would let me spend the night on Saturday night so that I could go to church with them on Sunday morning. By the time December of 6th grade came around, I told Mom and Dad that I wanted to go to Hunter Street as a family, regularly, every week. So Mom, who is accustomed to a much smaller church environment, was reluctant to say the least. Dad, a non-believer at the time, agreed to bring us to church. So we were used to Mom as a corporate accountant going to work on Sunday mornings. So Dad, on his own, as a non-believer, would come to church services. He would sit through service for 2 hours in the balcony, all so that I could go to church service and to Sunday school. The timing of this, as we look back on it, it just shows me the hand of God and how He cared for every need that we had. So Dad was going to services by himself for about 6 weeks. At that time, Mom started to join. They went to 3 different Sunday school classes, one right after the other. The 3rd class that they visited was the Bruce Sunday School class. This was a good fit. It was comprised mostly of the parents of my friends. It was only 3 weeks after that Dad received his cancer diagnosis. In this season of life, you all were the best example of the hands and feet of Jesus that I have ever seen. Hardly knowing us at all, you all made sure we had meals upon meals. We had more food that we could possibly consume. We had encouraging notes and cards and letters. I was added to any carpool that was necessary to make sure I was able to get to church and school activities. You guys just were the hands and feet of Jesus. This is what leads me really to why FCA is so important to me. So in our area, we're aligned to over 300 schools. In our area, our organization is the only organization still legally allowed in public schools to speak the name of Jesus. I know out there, we have access to thousands of Sarahs, thousands of Ericas, and thousands of Samanthas. It is my goal to get to meet these students and their families, the coaches and their families, to lead them into relationships with Jesus and His church, so that I can be the Hunter Street in our area, the church and the church body who always has room for one more. Like I said before, I would love to get to spend more time with you guys to help you connect with Fellowship of Christian Athletes in your area, as well as the ministry going on in my area. I love you so much. Thank you again for your investments in me, and I hope to talk to you soon.